Job done for Arsenal in this season's group stage of the Champions League. Finally, we are confirmed to be in the round of 16, and finally we are confirmed as Group B winners after our 6-0 hammering, let's have it right, of Lens last night. And it was an evening that couldn't have gone any better for Arsenal, really. Obviously, Arsenal confirmed their qualification in the round of 16 by beating Lens and confirmed being top of the group. But also PSV beat Sevilla in the earlier kickoff, coming back from 2-0 down to win 3-2. Which also meant if Arsenal won, it confirmed PSV as runners-up, as they have a better head-to-head against Lens. So even if Lens do beat Sevilla and we beat PSV and they draw on points, because their head-to-head's better, PSV are going through. And that's perfect for us, because now on the last game of the group, Arsenal are through and PSV are through. We can both rotate and it'll probably be quite a calm game, I'd imagine. Should be little risk to injuries or anything like that. And yeah, couldn't have gone better for Arsenal on the night. We started off well. We got an early goal through Havertz around the 10-minute mark. Back-to-back goals for Havertz, and that's 3 in 4 games in all competitions when you include his goal for his national side. Is he finally picking up some confidence and some form? God, please, let him finally start cooking, please. It's almost like I'm looking at him and, maybe he's finally got all the ingredients together. My man's just warming up the oven, just turn it on, warming it up, and hopefully he's going to start cooking. Because not just his goal yesterday, but I thought he looked better overall. He was doing things, he was more positive. There was, he was passing forward a lot more. There was a good moment for our third goal, Saka's goal. Ray has gone long. It's, a little bit of a loose ball in midfield. Havertz is the one to pick it up and put Martinelli through, who gets the shot off that then rebounds off the keeper, and Saka hits Saka and goes in. And, there was a moment in the second half where he's megged some guy, not the most clean, sort of deflected back to him. He's then chopped away from him and run into the box. So overall, he was just much more positive. And I pray that is the man we're going to start seeing more of. So yeah, well done Kai Havertz. And then we get the second goal through Jesus. Unreal goal from Jesus. I don't know what happens to him in the Champions League. We're going to talk about Jesus in a minute, but his performances in the Champions League this season have been absolutely amazing. Set up by Saka, so there's another assist for Saka. And yeah, great composed finish from Jesus. And then obviously the third goal from Saka that we just briefly discussed. And then Tomiyasu with the best diag you're ever going to see, smashing it out to Martinelli on the left wing. Complete clearance that somehow Martinelli ended up taking down on his chest. Runs through, chops in and puts a lovely finish in. And then Tomiyasu with his second assist of the game in about the 46th minute. Breaking down the right, putting a cross in for Odegaard to volley it into the bottom corner. And then Jorginho finished the game in the second half with a penalty to make it 6-0. And with Jorginho now scoring, that's officially all the first team players for Arsenal who have all scored for the club. And before Jorginho, we were just waiting on him. So that's another positive. But what I do want to talk about mainly is Gabriel Jesus' performance in the Champions League. That guy, this season in Champions League, it's like he turned into a prime R9. Like, he's been unbelievable. I've got his stats here. He's played 4 games, got 4 goals, 2 assists. But it's just his performances overall, the way he's been so sharp. He receives, like when he's receiving the ball with his back to goal and the defender right up him, he's just chopping away from him. He's spinning away, he's leaving him. If you've not seen Jesus playing the Champions League for Arsenal this season, if you're a neutral watching this, go onto YouTube after you've watched this, type in Arsenal's games in Champions League this season and watch Jesus, please. Because it's not like he's just scoring like little tap-ins and average goals. All of his goals have been class. You look at the one against PSV, he's touched it in the box, bang, top corner. The one against Lens, nice finish. Who else did he score against? Obviously, his goal against Lens yesterday was an unbelievable goal. Oh, and the other one, Sevilla away, when he's got it on the left, gone past one or two people, banged it top left. He's just been amazing to watch in the Champions League this season, and we've not quite seen that same level of performance in the Premier League. I do think it doesn't help that his season's been a bit stop-start. He's played on the wing quite a lot this season as well. I think he might have only started up front in the Premier League this season maybe two or three times, so he's not got a right run going yet. But hopefully now, please, he can avoid injury for the rest of the season and we can start seeing him pick it up in the Premier League, because there's no doubt when Jesus is fit how important he is to Arsenal. He's definitely one of our most important players. He links everything together. The way he can spin and create chances out of nothing. Okay, he's not the most prolific striker in the world, but the way he can create for everyone else, and when he does score goals, they tend to be quite good. So, really happy for him, Jesus. Probably my man of the match on the night, I'd say. And hopefully now we can kick on into Wolves and have a similar performance, because Wolves is going to be really tough on the weekend, and we're going to need his trickery in and around the box, I believe, to break them down. The other man I want to talk about on the night and in Champions League in general is Bukayo Saka. Now, a lot of people doubt if Saka's world class, and a lot of excuses over the past 2 seasons has been he's never done it in the Champions League. Well, no one can say that now, currently. Okay, granted, we've not had the hardest group in the world, and you know, we'll see how he does when we get into the round of 16. But so far, he has the most goal contributions in the Champions League for any player. And, you know, when you look at the players in Champions League, it's absolutely incredible. It's his first season there. He's only 22. He's got, in 5 games, he's got 3 goals and 4 assists. And his numbers in general this season have been very good. His performances haven't always been great, especially in the Premier League. And that's something, you know, I'm hoping we're going to start see improving for Arsenal now with more consistency in the team. Touch wood that no one ends up getting injured, obviously. But that kid, he's unbelievable. I absolutely love him. He's definitely my favourite player at Arsenal. I love watching him. And yesterday, it's like he got kicked the first, you know, quite early on in the game. He was getting kicked left, right and centre. And then it's almost like he just had enough and thought, you know what, I'm gonna just turn this game on its head now. I'm going to start running through people, running past them. No one's going to stop me. And that's what he done for our second goal. Picked it up, just started steaming through people. Like, I think if you watch it back, there's about 4 or 5 people around him, and he keeps going. Yeah, okay, he gets a bit lucky with deflections bouncing off him. Gets in the box, he wraps his leg around 2 players to, you know, knock it to the side for Jesus to be able to come in, chop the defender, leave him sliding, and finish it. And then obviously he scored his goal to put us 3-0 up very, very soon after that. And he's just an unbelievable player, Saka. Would I say he's world class? I find it hard to say he's world class just yet, simply because, and the only reason why I'm hesitant, I think I've said it in a previous video, is because we haven't won anything big as a team yet. But his performances as a player and the numbers he's putting up, he's definitely in the conversation, without a doubt. And I think he is very borderline there. I just want to see him do it in the later rounds of the Champions League and the Premier League when we need him. You know, he was one of our best players last season, and he's definitely one of 3 players, I'd say, at Arsenal on the brink of world class. And hopefully we can win something this season, and, you know, something big. And then that conversation just ends completely. But what a player. What a night for Arsenal. Like I said, top the group into the round of 16. And it'll be interesting to see who we get now. You know, the only teams we really want to avoid for as long as possible in the Champions League, for me, would be Madrid, City and Bayern. Chances, I mean, we're not going to get any of them in the round of 16 stage because they're all top their groups and we won't be able to draw them. But, you know, hopefully, I just pray we can get a decent draw throughout the whole tournament, and, you know, we can take it as far as possible. Sort of like how Inter Milan, you know, landed on the nice side of the draw last season. Obviously, they still had tough games because there's always going to be tough games in the Champions League, but they managed to get to the final where they, you know, Inter Milan are not the second best team in Europe, you know, but they got themselves on the right side of the draw and found themselves there. I would happily take something the same. I don't care. Just if we can get to the final, get me to the final, and then I'll take on anyone in the final, and, you know, whatever happens. But hopefully we can go as far as possible. Just going to quickly run through my player ratings. I'm doing this off the dome. So Raya, I'll go a 7. I thought Raya was quite good yesterday, actually. Dealt with everything he had to, and I thought his kicking was really good, especially the long balls into midfield. You know, they were finding like Jesus' chest or feet or Saka out wide more often than they weren't. So yeah, really good performance from him. Pretty comfortable, but you know, he done what he needed to do. Tomiyasu, excellent performance. 2 assists. Ben White's going to struggle getting back into this team at the moment, which is good. I want the competition. Ben White's had it quite easy the past year and a half roughly, because Tomiyasu with his injuries and stuff. So yeah, really happy for him. Saliba, I thought was semi off it yesterday. He got spun a couple of times a bit too easily. Sometimes he looked like he was running in quicksand, like he was struggling to unmove. But overall, he was still solid enough. I'd probably give him a 7. Yeah, one of his worst games for Arsenal. No, not on worst. That's the wrong way of saying it. But definitely wasn't one of his better games for Arsenal this season. Probably his worst performance of the season. But he was still fine. Gabriel, I thought was incredible. I thought his passing out from the back was really good. His defending was brilliant. At the end of that game when we're 6-0 up, and you know, that striker has a shot and Gabriel blocks it and he gets up like he's just scored. I loved that personally. I thought Gabriel was brilliant. Zinchenko, pretty steady, nothing special. Probably give him a 6. Declan Rice done what Declan Rice does. So that's when he plays like that, it's an 8, because he's just so good on the ball, wins the ball back so easily. Great player. Odegaard, I thought Odegaard was quite quiet, but he wasn't bad. He was just quiet. But he got that goal. Lovely finish, by the way. The power, he hit that volley into the side netting. Keeper had no chance with it. But I'd say overall he's a bit quiet. I'll give him a 7 because of the goal. But you know, it's steady performance, nothing special. Kai Havertz, give a 7 as well. I thought he played. Actually, no, I'll give Havertz an 8. I thought Havertz played well. Got us off the mark with the early goal. And he put himself back and he was trying to be more positive. There still were times I think he was a bit scared to lose the ball and he was maybe not playing the riskier pass, but I still think overall he played really well. Saka, I'll give an 8. I've spoken enough about him, just brilliant. Martinelli, I'll give an 8 as well. A goal, and you know, was played well. And Jesus, I'm going to give a 9. I thought he was incredible. And you know, long may it continue. On to Wolves, and hopefully we have a similar performance. Subs, not really going to rate the subs. No one really done anything special. They all kept it pretty simple. White and Kivior were the earliest subs, come on at half time. Kivior was probably the best out of them two, I'd say, but I'll give them all standard 6s. But yeah, good performance from Arsenal, and on to the weekend now. I'll be doing my Wolves preview tomorrow and we'll be talking a bit further about it. But yeah, round of 16 done. Group stage done. On to the round of 16. Thank you for watching, and please do, if you haven't already, like, comment and subscribe. Please try share the page if you can. I want to try build it up as much as possible. But thank you all for watching, and yeah, talk to you soon.